Joining us now, the one and only Dan Rather, one of the most famous journalists in the world. Dan, it is an honor. Thank you for being here on Better.
Well, thank you for having me, Kara. I'm very pleased to be with you.
Just hearing your voice, it just takes me right back, because working for a CBS station and growing up watching you, you have been the voice for a generation. You've been a journalist. I mean, I think since you were a tiny little boy, it was something you always knew you wanted to do. And now you have this whole new phase of your life, which I didn't even realize you're still doing hard-hitting investigative journalism, but away from the network. How is this different for you?
Well, one way it's different is I work for Mark Cuban, who's an entrepreneur out of Dallas, owns the Dallas Mavericks, who is a believer in independent journalism. He's given me total, complete, absolute editorial and creative control. I know of no other journalist who has that. Now, with that, of course, is a great responsibility. But, you know, I have a passion for doing deep digging investigative reports, and we do a 1-hour program on Access TV every week in which we specialize in investigative reports, and it's one of the best times of my professional life.
And you're back home, and now you've got this series coming up soon called Gone to Pot, which it actually starts airing tonight at 8 p.m. And I'm wondering, what did you find out? Because I'm looking at this video, and I had no idea there was this much pot growing anywhere legally in America.
That's the reason I went after this story. This is a vastly underreported story. In brief, the marijuana business has gotten so big it's changed. Big international gangs, Mexican drug cartels, even a Bulgarian gang, are raising a lot of really huge marijuana on federal land in California, in state parks in California. This is a big, underground, unregulated, big money, dangerous business. Dangerous because they are polluting the environment by using fertilizers and pesticides banned in this country. Not only polluting the environment and killing off wildlife, but raising the question of public health issue with the marijuana that's on the market.
Because some of the marijuana is now going for medical marijuana that's legal, but is that stuff that you were just showing, was any of that grown legally? Are the feds just turning a blind eye to it? I mean, it's huge. You can't miss it.
No, you can't miss it, but it's so huge, and you make a good point, especially with so-called, quote, medical marijuana. You would hope that at least the marijuana is pure. There's no way to guarantee that, since they're using, as I say, these illegal, long since banned fertilizers and pesticides. This is a national problem. Whether you agree with marijuana smoking or think it should be illegal, it's so unregulated that there is a school of thought that says, look, since you can't stop it being grown, at least regulate it. We regulate the growth of tobacco, corn, every other agricultural product. So an argument can be made, why not do our best to regulate this? I'm not into that debate. I'm just saying the state of the marijuana business today is so huge, so dangerous, so internationally run and corrupt that something has to be done.
Fascinating, and then we can go take a look at the series that you're doing, Gone to Pot, again tonight. But you're getting a Lifetime Achievement Award, and it struck me that now it's kind of come full circle. You're back in Texas. You were a little boy, you said, born on the wrong side of the tracks, and newspapers were the university of poor men, and you grew up to be arguably what people would consider one of the smartest men of our times. All the covers. Is it full circle for you to back now in a world where anyone can look on the internet, anyone can blog? You don't have to be with a big network now, and you're becoming the face of that.
Well, that is true, and it has its pluses and minuses. But as you know, Kara, I'm an optimist by experience and by nature, and I think on balance and in the main that the new digital world of journalism and the internet world, while it has its downsides, will prove overall in the main to be good for news consumers.
All right, Dan Rather, we will be looking for you on Access TV tonight. Thanks for being here. Great to see you again.
Thank you very much, Kara. Good to be with you again. God bless.
Thank you. All right, Scott, coming up, Season 8. That was Marty Duncan on the Food Network. She's a big star, and she's also a party thrower. She's got a party we can all throw, whether or not you are a good cook or not. Marty Duncan, right after the break.